This morning what we're going to be doing is trying to trap some coyotes here in Georgia. It's not traditionally the best time of year to trap. It's May. It's about 2 weeks before the fawns hit the ground, so that's actually a good thing. So we're going to be trying to get rid of some coyotes before the fawns hit the ground. The female coyotes are nursing as well, so if we can get rid of one, we can get rid of a bunch. So had a few weeks to play with, and hadn't trapped a whole lot this year, but I did want to get some traps out before the fawns hit the ground. And so today what I'm going to be doing is a very popular trap all over YouTube. Tons of ways that you can put these in the ground. I'm going to show you how I do it. Maybe you can pick up on a little something. This is an MB550, awesome trap, only trap I've ever used for coyotes. Pretty new to trapping, but started with this, and man, I tell you, they just work. They're just awesome traps. So I'm going to bring the camera around here in a minute. I'm going to put one in the ground, show you how I do it, and maybe you'll pick up on a little something. I've got my hammer, and I'm going to dig this out. All right, I'm gonna tell you, that to me, I like that a lot, and I'll tell you why. Because it's automatically got a nice, once I push it forward, it is solid in there, and it's stable, and I can definitely work with that. So just below the ground after I get it all done. So what I'll do is I'll pull that out, and I'm gonna anchor it. Several kinds of anchors. I think this is, I can't remember what this is, but they're, you can get them at FNT. The only anchor I've ever used, I like it, hadn't had any problems with it. They definitely hold too. So when I start my anchor, I like to twist it a little bit just to kind of get it started, get it a good secure, or fairly secure in the ground, and I'll put that there. And I will just take that hammer, and it's just got a hammer head on it here. Stick it in the hole and just hammer it in. All right, having said that, it's in the ground. And again, you want this compact, hard, and it is. We hadn't had a whole lot of rain, so this is in good shape here. So, and what I'll do, get your chain here to where it's not gonna interfere with your trap bed. And it may take a little bit of wiggling around. But, and what I love to do in my traps, some people just put them in there. I like to put them in and push them forward. And when that pushes them forward, that plants them, okay? So that's planted. You get a lot of opinions on how to protect a trap bed. And when I say protect the trap bed, man, you don't want anything to get up under here. You want, if the coyote steps on it, you don't want a stick or a root or hard dirt to keep the trap from going off. So I'll take, and this is not unheard of. Some people don't use these, but I use them. But this is a coffee filter. I'll take it, get it kind of wrinkled up, and I've ripped a hole here for the dog to go around the dog, and I'll kind of place it in there like so, and then I'll get a stick, all right, and I will push that under the trap, okay, because I do not want this to stick above the ground. You see, I'm just kind of tucking it, and I kind of want to get that flat on the pan as well, okay, and what that's gonna do is protect the trap guts up underneath there, so you won't have any debris or dirt or anything like that. The next thing I do, and you'll get some different opinions on this, is I will take a handful of peat moss, and this keeps the moisture out of it. That's all I'll do is get a handful, and this is good broken up peat moss, just like that, okay? That's enough. And I will put that, I want to put that in kind of the guts of my trap to protect the trap. All right, here's what I do next. I will take this sifting pan of dirt and I will dump it back out, all right? And what I do, this is not, to me, I used to be a little more particular on how I do this, but I found that just kind of throwing it all in there and then working it around the trap again and then working it into the trap has been really good. And here's what I mean by that. You see, I just kind of put that over there. Well, that trap's still loose, but as I put it over there, and this is why I keep my trap pan uncovered, all right? Because I want to know where that is, because I don't want to go off, obviously. All right, and I'm going to start really kind of starting to pack this in, all right? And I'm getting dirt, bringing it in, packing it hard, all right? And these bigger rocks, I don't want them. I don't want them in my trap bed. I don't like them. The big chunk rocks, I just don't like them. They don't pack, they get in the way. I think a coyote is really picky sometimes when he comes to a bait site. And it's starting to get really firmed up in there, okay? And you need to go around, take your hands like that, and you need to know where that trap bed is. And as you can see, I'm keeping it uncovered because I want to know where it's at, all right? I'm still got dirt to play with, bringing it in. As I'm bringing it in too, I'm crunching it up. Got these rubber gloves on. You need those rubber gloves, in my opinion. I'm still really packing it. All right, and I'm still seeing little pieces of my trap. I still see some of the jaws of it. I don't want to see the jaws of it, all right? So I bring in a little more dirt, and I do that again. Still keeping my, or at least knowing where my pan is at all times. And actually this is working out really well. It's actually coming together nicely. All right. I still see a piece of my jaws right there. And again, I don't want that. So I'll take a little dirt, put it over it. We're gonna get it pretty tight in here, all right? See, it's starting to really look good. It's hidden. You don't even know there's a trap there. And see, I just want a little bit more loose dirt around. I just love that loose dirt. I think a coyote enjoys that loose dirt too. He knows it's not going to be painful on his feet, and it's just almost inviting as he's coming to the set. All right. And I am not seeing any portion of my trap jaws. The next step now is I want to put my bait hole in, all right? And there's different kinds of sets that you can do, but I like a bait hole set here in Georgia. It seems to work. You can bring a ruler if you do it enough, you know. Standard rule from the center of the trap, you go up 9 inches and then go to the left 3 inches or right, it doesn't really matter. So, and right there is your bait hole. And here's the bait hole. Simple. You do not need a special tool. You need to go to Lowe's or Home Depot or whatever and get you a piece of conduit, which is what that is. I like to put it at an angle and hammer it in. I like to kind of blend it in. So I'm gonna go get just really some leaf litter, maybe a little pine straw, and I'm gonna get my grate, and I'm gonna make it kind of look a little more natural. And here we go. Just kind of take your sifter and just kind of sift it in a little bit. And I'm not done covering this up too. I know that we got last touch on that. All right. Cover that up, just kind of blend. And I use a whisk broom too. I just don't happen to have it with me right this second. But just really kind of blend it in. And that's what I've done. Now, I will say this. I'm fixing to do my final step on my trap bed. You want, in my opinion, you want that clean, open, to where if a coyote comes, he's going to probably be a little spooky anyway. He's going to be on high alert coming to that hole. So I want to make this very inviting for him to put his paw in it. I want to get rid of that, just anything that may turn him off. All right. I want a soft spot for him to put his foot, okay? So I've got this all blended in pretty well. We'll get to the bait hole in a minute, but we can put some backing on it a little bit. I'm not gonna do much, but okay, last thing I do. I always bring dirt with me that I've dug up from home, real soft, fine dirt. You can dig it up out here where you're putting your trap, it doesn't really matter. But you just want a light coating of very fine dirt on top of this to where just a nice soft place for him to put his pad as he comes up, because the idea is going to come up, put his foot there to put his nose right there and smell it. So let me get some dirt. This is just dirt from home. I use that pad, by the way, just for additional scent control. I wear rubber boots whenever I do it. So that's very fine, all right? So all I do, and all I'm gonna do is just shake it very lightly, and boom, it's done. And that's your trap bed. Now we'll get some bait in there. All right, last step, and we're out of here, is to get bait in the hole. So I'm real funny when it comes to baiting these things, because once I'm on bait duty, I'm done setting traps. We've been here, or I've been here 2 or 3 hours this morning, and I've set 6 traps, 6 MB 550s, and I've got all the trap beds done. They're nice, they're cleaned up, they're sifted out, they look good. The bait holes are in there, they're done. But I have not done any bait yet. And the reason is because when I get to putting traps in the ground, I don't want all that urine and bait. I don't want anything in this trap bed except this. I don't want any scent in this trap bed, because when he approaches it, I don't want him to hang up coming in going, man, there's something going on in that trap right there. I don't want anything to do with that. So I've got my 6 traps done. This is number 6 here that I filmed and showed you. And now I'm on bait duty and I'm done. So this is gonna be the first one that we're gonna bait. And we'll show you how we do that. All right, as far as baits, I don't have any secret bait that's going to catch you every coyote or anything in the world. This is Cavin's. It's a pretty standard bait at F&T that you can get good. I caught coyotes on it. It works. So when I come, I've got a cooler that I keep with nothing but the baits and urines and all that in. And and I've got my gloves on here, and it's time to get to baiting. Very simple, especially this time of year in the summer. Just, you want them to think that there's something in that hole. No rocket science here. I'll get a piece, and you won't want that in your trap bed. I will put that at the edge of the hole like so. Okay, well, and I was going to get a stick and push it in, but it already went in, and I may get just a hair bit more. It doesn't take a whole lot, so amazingly a coyote can smell that. So I'll put that back in the cooler and get one more thing, and we'll be done. F&T makes coyote urine, great stuff, works. I want another coyote to think there's another coyote been feeding here. So I will put just a little bit above the hole, and maybe even squirt some down in the hole. Very important, don't get any of that stuff or the bait or scent in your trap bed. You don't want him to even think that there's anything strange or different going on about that trap bed. You want that to be just as pure as it can be. A couple more things you can do, and you can kind of play with this on your own, but some people put a backing on the hole, because you don't want a coyote to come from the back and work it. You want them to come from right here. You want them to come right here and work that hole. So maybe you can get this is kind of an overkill, but you could get maybe a stick like that and put up there. I tell you, coyotes, I've learned that they're so spooky that even that to me is a little big. So I may get something a little smaller. Maybe, you know what, and I'd see this sitting here, maybe even just something kind of like that sitting there, just kind of nonchalant. So hopefully this has taught you a little bit of something. There's certainly better videos out there on YouTube from a far more experienced trappers than myself, but maybe a little something here. Maybe something you've never seen before, I don't know. So. But I'll share this with you too before I go. I taught a Sunday school lesson on this last Sunday, and actually brought an MB 550 into, I teach, sometimes I'll teach high school youth, and I brought that trap right there, and it reminds me a lot of the world. And you know, this coyote's going to come walking down this road at some point, hopefully, and he's going to smell something to him that smells really, really good. And he's going to look, and he's going to know it's in that hole, and he's going to walk closer and closer and closer, and he thinks he is headed into just absolute glory right there. And what's supposedly going to happen is he's going to step in that trap, and he's got him. And a lot of times, you know, as Christians, the world's like that too. And we smell something or see something that looks really, really good, but the truth is it's sin, and we find ourselves with a foot in that trap, so to speak. So just something for you to chew on. I hope this video helped you. Like I said, better YouTube guys out there, trappers than me, but maybe just a little something here will help you catch a coyote. I hope so.